Hi. Happy early stream. I have stuff going on today, so we needed to hop in early. I'm not sure. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but today is a gift, and today we are streaming right now, early. It's 9 in the morning for me. Okay. Yeah, to put that there. Okay, cool. Hello, welcome everyone. What is up, Jobster, Halcyon, Meru, Nosy, Spides, Lone Wolf, what up? Sours, hello, good night. Luna, what up? Eagle Bolter, hello. Yelsa, hello, welcome. But today we wanted to eat waffle. Let's, here, I was only able to make 2 resin. We're gonna kinda have to boot Scoot and Boogie, cause I'm planning on, paying attention to like just pressing the objective. Here, we'll do an increasing danger one. I'd like to wrap this stream up in about 3 hours. Cause I have some stuff I need to tidy up. There's stuff going on and I'm excited about.
All right.
How are you all?
Busted. Motion to compel.
Boom. Forgot that doesn't work on these. There we go. The sound of Yenfei taking damage. The sound of Yenfei taking damage is a common sound effect on this channel. It's a common voice line for us. Defeat the avatars of lava? It's north of here. Is it in here? It is not. Midnight peeps. She learned staggering this dude with her kick looked really cool. Look.
Busted.
Yeah, you. My strong deer. Okay. Very late here in Asia. Let's turn those in. Wait, not that one. This one. Boop. What does late mean to a college student? Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Add astro. Thank you for
Thank you for comp. Level 19. Alright, now... Hello, sir. Why when you do stuff on Main Street in Notland do random characters show up for no reason? Alright. Eating breakfast. I have coffee. Oh, those are anecdotes? Oh. Extra anecdotes. Whoops. Here.
She's not back yet. to Master Chvin?
So I'm not gonna rush through it, but I am gonna try to make tracks so that we can try to get this dusted up a little bit more quickly than our normal stream, because I got stuff going on.
Hey, that little kid is crying. I wonder what happened. Let's go check what's wrong.
Hello, something the matter?
Master Chvin, she went to gather volcanic crystals, but she's still not back yet.
Why does this sound like Kachina's voice actress? Why does this sound like Kachina and Aval's voice actress?
I told the guards, but they said they don't have people to spare. Plus, that area's super dangerous, with tons of monsters and bad guys. They have to finish making preparations before they can try to rescue her. But it'll be too late by then.
We'll go look. I guess it's time for more heroic. We'll go look for her.
So, you'll help?
Whoa!
Great! I'll just make a quick sketch to show you where the guards went earlier. They said Master Chvin might have stopped around here.
Darth Revan.
She might have been forced to go near the shadow pen. If that's the case, then... Please, you have to save her.
I will. Tequil dissonance.
Please help me save Master Chvin.
What do you mean, what happened to their a kid in Tibet? What happened? Oh, right. Oh, I do want to focus mode, that focus mode for the focus mode of focus modes. Boop. Oh my gosh. What the hell happened to Yenfei's clothes just then? Okay, making sure I activated it for the correct quest. Not sure why I hopped into this dude. I didn't really need him right now, but... Oh, this is not where I'm meaning to go. However, that does get you right up to the statue. Okay, we're going over there. Don't I have a teleport near there? I do. Come on, show me your courage.
According to the map, we should get away from me.
Where did you come from? So strong! Let's get out of here, boys! Run! Leave the stuff if you want to live. Drop all of it!
We're just that awesome.
Well, they didn't put up much of a fight.
My combat cut Paimon off, and it was much funnier to me than it should have been. Like, I think we're getting close to the... Now we're in battles. Our reputation has its perks.
Thank you so much. I thought I wasn't gonna make it down this mountain alive. Saved by the traveler. Guess my luck's not too bad today.
Again, this kind of looks like... I know it's not, because it's not the same technology. But this reminds me of the eyepiece from the Marechaussee Hunter set. The with the mustache.
Sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chvin, a gem artisan. I'm not usually this lucky, but maybe things are looking up.
Emix sent us to help.
She did, huh? I didn't mean to make her worry. I wasn't planning to be gone longer than 2 days, tops. But then, I discovered a new seam of volcanic crystal near the shadow pin. It's a large deposit, and the purity is exceptional.
Wow, look at this looks like a no man's land. Look at the with the fog and everything down here.
I dug up a whole bunch of it and was getting ready to head back. But the phlogiston within the crystals attracted monsters. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the state this place is in. It's all because the shadow pin suddenly came crashing to the ground and left behind a massive crater. The seam I found was closer to the outside, so it survived the disaster. Still, the crash riled up the monsters in the area, and now they're everywhere. I panicked and ran up a narrow path to avoid them. But by the time I was in the clear, I ended up running into those bandits. You showed up in the nick of time.
I do that. Also, Yenfei seals are still floating around me.
If the situation was so dangerous, why didn't you just drop the crystals and run?
I left most of them behind, believe me. I only kept the purest chunk. I have to bring it back no matter what. For Tlazolli and poor little Nichka.
Who are they?
Right, you wouldn't know. Tlazolli is a former ancient name artisan.
Ooh.
And Nichka is her daughter.
Chilonin's in that line of business too. I got connections. I know Ocelot Lady.
Oh, you know Shilonen? Try mentioning that name in front of Tlazolli. She could sing Shilonen's praises forever. The foremost expert in ancient names. The future of our tribe. The finest artisan in that land. You'll never hear the end of it.
I could think of a couple more adjectives to describe.
I know Tlazolli misses the days when she used to forge ancient names. She'd never...
Oh my gosh, I haven't done that in a while, where I just reach over to grab my mouse and accidentally hit the button. She'd never say as much, but I can tell. Why'd she stop?
Because of her daughter. Poor Nichka contracted an awful illness, and Tlazolli put everything aside to take care of her.
Oh, y'all hate kids.
Even as Nichka's illness grew worse, Tlazolli never gave up. Like a torch in the night, she was determined to burn bright, even as darkness encroached from all directions. Still, all's well that ends well. Thanks to the doctor's medicine and the Wyop's protection, Nichka's flame was rekindled.
The Great Spirit's protection, but she said Wyob's protection. That's a cool, maybe just like translation or something in a doctor. Thanks to the doctor's medicine.
Her condition has been slowly improving ever since. She's still weak, of course, and has to recuperate at home. But she's well enough to write letters already.
That's dope.
She often writes to Shilonen, apparently. Her dream is to become an ancient names forger, just like her mother. Her birthday's in a few days, so Tlazolli asked me to find a pure volcanic crystal to give her as a present.
So that's not the same kind of crystal that's in Kachina's idol animation, is it? So that's why you were out here, and you wouldn't leave the crystals behind.
Yeah, talk about an important chunk of ore. What a nice gift. Paimon hopes it helps her feel better.
I'm sure she and her mother appreciate your well wishes. All right, let's head back. I'm sure Imish is worried sick.
Imish, not Imix.
Actually, why don't you come with me to visit Tlazolli tomorrow?
Okay.
It's all thanks to you that I managed to bring back the crystal. You deserve a reward for helping us protect something so significant.
I just hope it makes Nichka happy.
That's right. A good mood makes for a quick recovery. And of course, we wouldn't say no to a little gift.
Don't worry. Something tells me you'll like this one. But I'll let Tlazolli tell you what it is herself.
All right, sounds good. Important chunk of lore. This important chunk of ore. This important chunk of lore. People in the YouTube comments did clarify that it was not a mistake to. I think what annoyed me so much was that we got sucked into that quest despite being not really close to the location. It got triggered. The quest got triggered when we weren't really. I didn't think we were close to where it ended up because it dumps you out right here, but we were hanging out over like here, like quite a ways away from it, from where I would have thought the quest would have triggered. But people did point out that it's kind of like the Narzisenkreuz quest line where there's no real order to do it in. However, because that is kind of the finale, like it's not the finale, but it kind of is. It is gated in that if you try to approach, it will lock you out. So that makes it so that it would be nice to have experienced that for the first time once we actually walked up in there. But it's not like I saw stuff that spoiled future snooze quests and things, which is what I was annoyed about. I thought that it was that it had messed up and it was gonna like explain things that happened to snooze that had not yet happened yet, but that's not the case. So that's good. I thought the intro of that quest was gonna say something like, "Hey, did you remember that time that Mualani was a sea dragon?" And I was like, "I haven't seen Mualani the sea dragon yet."
Oh, you're early. Looking forward to your gift?
We're just happy to visit Tlazolli and Nichka.
That's right. Nichka's been so sick, and Tlazolli had to give up what she loves. Things might get better, but they could probably still use some cheering up.
I've already asked someone to swing by and let Tlazolli know we're coming. She's probably made all the necessary preparations. Let's go then. Do you mind watching the story niche? I'll be right back.
Do you mind being in charge of this entire retail venue with 9-year-old child?
The old tools really are the best.
Okay, boomer detected. They don't make them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to. It's like, yeah, Ignal, that's probably a good thing. They don't make them like they used to.
All right.
Although I will say that my drop forged tools, my drop forged wrenches that I've got at swap meets that are about 60 years old, they're a lot better than the new tools that I have. Look at this deer blending in. Bro, where the hell are we going? Oh, we'll go. We need to go outside of the outside of the outside. This is a place that I thought we'd been to. We saw this during when we were walking up to a quest. And I was like, have we been up there? Oh, I think it was during Act 4. We were walking up here with Tlazolli. And I thought that this was a place that we hadn't. I thought we were going up here, which we were not. 'Twas not to be so.
Here we are. Nice house, right? Give me a sec. I'll go knock. Tlazolli, open up! They're here!
I intentionally
Tlazolli?
switched to.
Are you home? Open the door!
I intentionally switched to Shilonen for this.
That's strange. Huh. The door's locked. But she shouldn't be out at this time of day. Hey, Nichka! Nichka! It's me, Chvin! Open up, please!
Need me to break down the door?
Still, I told Tlazolli we were coming. Maybe she had to take Nichka out to get some medicine.
Huh.
Hey, what's that over there? Looks like a Tequil nest.
That's right. Tlazolli has a Tequil companion. If I remember right, its name is Iengu?
Iengu.
When she was still in the forging business, she'd often have Iengu help with some digging work. But since Nichka fell ill, she hasn't let it dig much recently.
Makes
Wait
sense.
a minute. What the? This place is a mess. Yangu's nowhere to be seen either.
Whoa, look at all these broken boxes. Something terrible must have happened.
Bro, did we not notice this when we walked up? How did we not notice that? Let's take a closer look.
The tracks end at this cliff. Could the Tequil have climbed up the mountain? Let's head up there and see.
The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb. I'm not sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure why I collected all of that stuff. Warning sign. The workshop is closed. No entry. The workshop entrance seems to be blocked by mud and rocks. It looks like there's no way to get entry. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, well, that's what you think.
How is it that every single time Emish tells me not to go someplace dangerous, I end up running into danger? It's like her words have some sort of power over me. Maybe it's the Wyab's doing.
Maybe. Who could say? Wow, hello. This reminds me of a Spider-Man game I had back in the day. We had to climb the tower. We had to climb a tower when there were a bunch of... Oh no! Oh no! Wrong button. Wrong lever, crunk. Ah! Oh, hey.
Huh. There really is a Tequil up here. Might not be Tlazolli's companion, though.
Doesn't seem to be in any danger.
Paimon still doesn't see any sign of Tlazolli.
Hey, Traveler! Paimon!
That's Chvin's voice.
Looks like there's someone next to her.
Come down, quick! Tlazolli's here!
She's got ears. She's got
We
ears.
just got up here and Tlazolli's back already? What a coincidence.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Well, guess this means we should head back down.
Hi.
Why is the Tequil coming along? Whoa, hey, don't run, you'll hit us!
You descend the mountain with the Tequil.
Yangu, come here. Are you being naughty again?
Oh my gosh, that is not the roar I expected out of this guy.
Oh, that's a good Saurian. Oh, you must be hungry. Sorry. I'll whip up something for you later. All right, run along and play now. I'll come along in a sec.
That is not what I expected this thing to sound like.
Sorry, you two. I was waiting for you at home when Nichka... Well, she snuck out and ran off by herself. She said she just wanted to pick some flowers for our guests. But she ended up getting lost along the way. Luckily, I managed to find her before long.
She alright?
Yeah, Chvin told us she was just starting to get better.
She's still very weak. The shock and the cold winds certainly didn't help, so she ended up with a slight fever.
Oh boy.
I gave her some medicine and now she's in bed. But it's nothing a good night's rest can't fix. That said, she won't be able to meet you today. I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Don't worry about it. We know she's still recovering. Chvin told us how serious her illness was. Her health definitely comes first. We were just dropping by to check on her.
She all better now? Why does everyone have some form of... Why does everyone have Natlanese Elazar and we got Fontaine Elazar and... Why does everyone have these horrible illnesses?
Well, she can at least speak to me and go about her day normally. That's already more than I could ask for.
Hey, cheer up! This is supposed to be a happy occasion. We do appreciate that she tried to welcome us with flowers. Anyway, Tlazolli, about the thing I was telling you before.
The gift!
Yeah, what did you get us?
Well, it's a blaze gem inscription. I made it from the purest ore, so it's almost completely resistant to erosion.
Ooh, erosion. Zhongli bursts through the wall and grabs it. He's like, mine!
Techniques
Give me
used
that.
to make it are all rooted in ancient name forging.
So it's like a simplified version of an ancient name.
Don't say that or the Wyatt might smite me. The process just uses a few of the same techniques and materials. When I first made one, I didn't think it could serve any practical purpose, apart from the erosion resistance and the general aesthetic. But then Chvin suggested using the crystals to make a special kind of ornament.
Blaze gem inscriptions made by an ancient name artisan, engraved with words that never fade. Quite the sales pitch, don't you think?
Very beautifully worded.
Wow, that description really does make it seem special.
You've got a good eye for business and a mechanical eye for business as well. You guys are right though. This is the magnifying monocle. That's the dumbest way to put it. The magnifying monocle that jewelers use to inspect jewels and stuff. Bought my wife's wedding ring and engagement ring from a guy who's a family friend who isn't just a jewelry salesman. He's actually a jeweler. He actually has like certifications and stuff in being able to cut and set stones and stuff like that. Does all of his own machine work and that kind of stuff.
Tlazolli's blaze gem inscriptions really are special, though. Word of mouth isn't always reliable. As information gets passed along, it becomes incomplete, forgotten, and sometimes even distorted. But the words inscribed on these crystals will stand the test of time. The inscription will never deteriorate, and the meaning will never get twisted. It's the perfect gift for a dear friend or significant other. You could even pass it down to younger generations.
You're very persuasive. I know another lady who's very persuasive.
Yeah, let's get one. We can engrave our names onto it. Then once we find your sister, she can add her name as well. That way, our names will be together forever.
That sounds a little too precious. Looks like Paimon's already been hooked.
You deserve it. You saved me. And Nichka's birthday present. It's the least I can do to repay you.
Chvin, I thought I told you.
Don't you start acting shy too, Tlazolli. It's a great gift. I know how much work goes into one of your blaze gem inscriptions.
Well then, thank you both. I'll have it ready as soon as possible. Then, I'll have you do the inscription yourself. Nichka should be well by then. She'll be very excited to meet you.
Good things are better with company.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know how expensive that would be. You sure we have enough travel funds?
I did some upgrading to stuff off stream when I was hanging out in my wife's world last night, and I'm down to below 1 million mora now again. Imagine that.
Hold on. This isn't part of some scheme to make us spend all of our mora, right, Chvin?
You never know. You do look like you have some savings to spare.
No, don't listen to that traveler. You'll end up losing all your mora.
Look at that expression. Look at that head empty expression.
In any case, it's up to you.
Oh no, it's the Tequil again. Quick, someone stop it. Paimon doesn't want to get run over again.
Where are we in the... Okay, this is 32 minutes and 32 minutes. I have to timestamp that. I want that as a sound alert. Okay. Whoa! They're there! I can join the team?
Also, if you don't mind, Tlazolli, I'd like you to help me repair my blaze gem inscription. I dropped it when I was attacked earlier. The rope and the clasp both snapped, so I haven't been wearing it. I tried fixing it myself, but I just couldn't get it to stay. Could you help?
Just leave it to me. I'll make it as good as new. Thank you, Chvin, for going all that way and...
It was nothing. We all just want Nichka to get better.
You're right. Miangu, behave yourself. I'll feed you in just a second. I'll have Chvin contact you once everything's ready, Traveler. Maybe we'll even line it up with Nichka's birthday. We can even have a little party.
Oh, that sounds great! We'll look forward to all the good food, and we'll make sure we're ready to eat. Anyway, see you around, Tlazolli.
I hope Nichka gets better soon.
Look after yourselves. Nichka is going to be so happy to meet you.
Woohoo! I saw a chest over there. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I'd walked into this as as a Tequil. Okay, she's not still around. I thought maybe she'd still be around to talk to. 'Twas not. Those are the same kind of ears, aren't they? What are you? Ooh, speaking of Layla, my wife is building her Layla as a shielder, so I think that she's going to be running, because she only has C0 Noelle right now.
It's been several days now. Wonder if Tlazolli has finished making the Blaze Gem inscription. Since Nichka's birthday is around the corner, let's go to the tribe and buy some things, and then pay the family a visit.
She only has C0 Noelle. I can't remember what, if it's a constellation, but she's not been super thrilled with the uptime on Noelle's shield. And Layla can have 100% uptime with her shield. So she's gonna be running Ayaka, Layla, Bennett, Xiangling. And that's a pretty damn good team.
Take a break after all that running around. Yeah, let's rest here.
Shilonen, good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
Typical cat behavior.
The shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Ignal, and the hammer is Pakal's, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But looks like you're about to head out for a break.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
Hint, hint, hint.
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then, and pick up my axe.
It's Atea's model.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Poor Atea.
Hey, Shilonen!
What the f-
Oh, Traveler, Paimon!
What
We
a
meet
weird-
again. Oh, you two seem to be in good spirits.
What a weird way for Paimon to just pop out and then completely move past it with no commentary.
How's your Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
Everything's fine. I want more weird interactions like that. Like Traveler actually climbing up the, like, right next to, like, hey!
Oh, good. It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle, even though I've already turned it over to you. There are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
Huh? So, what are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spirit way, I'd say.
Oh, well, that definitely would never happen.
I found the Exilone. Thanks a lot.
I don't think you're allowed to fall off of a spirit way, even when you're transitioning tracks.
By the way, Nichka's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift, and was just getting ready to take it to her.
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
I think I said 2, where can I buy one?
Oh, yeah, I make these myself, and it's a lot of work. But if you like a set, I can make some time and forge one for you.
Great! We often camp out in the wild, but a set of Shilonen's tools would make pitching a tent and starting a bonfire a whole lot easier.
I don't think you use pliers for that, but...
Well, still, I won't be giving Nichka any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of Tequil the Brave. The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were published a long time ago, but they should still be readable.
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Tlazolli's, I even brought Nichka. Wait. What did I bring her again? It must have been her favorite thing, but, why can't I remember it anymore?
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems you're about to pass out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days. I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Well, in that case, why don't you use the blaze gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out, and it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
Oh my gosh, I just now understood her burst voice line, let engraved names echo. Huh. The squirrel has a brain.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost already full.
Your name that long?
No. I engraved some wishes on my blaze gem inscription. You know, just some dreams that I have for the future and things I'd like to accomplish one day. Even though Tlazolli has said that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this blaze gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers. So, many people who bought blaze gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter. But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
Could be a little embarrassing, unless your dreams and ambitions aren't embarrassing, Ether. What are your dreams and ambitions? Pulling C6 Mika?
Don't worry. We usually ask Tlazolli to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving. With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text. Without the right angle of lighting, the blaze gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
That's cool.
That's true. In the end, a blaze gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes. Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself. But using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement. Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words. And I don't think anyone would willingly part with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, how could it take so long for her to make one? Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
Sounds just like one of Chvin's schemes.
It's true. Chvin would totally have put that in her ear. Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Tlazolli to make some money by selling these. At least she and little Nichka are better off now, and won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness anymore. I was really worried about their family at first, and was even planning to send them some...
Why is your memory so bad right now?
Huh? What was I planning to send to Nichka again? Ugh, this memory of mine.
She's got turbo Elazar. She's got supercharged Elazar.
Alright, if you stay out in the heat for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Tlazolli and Nichka. What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Ernly to get some medicine.
So you'll be going to Nichka's birthday party too, Shilonen? Oh, perfect! Then let's go together!
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Tlazolli too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
Explain your encounter with Tlazolli to Shilonen.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Ah, guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also want to... We have no idea what she might like. We also want to get a gift for Nichka, but we have no idea what she might like.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
Huh? Wait a second. Our birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise? If we ask Nichka, then she'll know what gift we'll be getting her. And that would ruin the surprise.
I am terrible to shop for. And so is me and my dad are terrible to shop for, because if we need something, we'll just go get it. People are like, like, I'm just going to ask you, like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm always just like, I don't know. I don't need anything. Like, that's not the question that I asked you.
But if you don't ask her, then how will you know what kind of present she would like? Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough. Have loads of those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort into it. Shilonen, have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nichka's illness has kept flaring up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone. It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others. Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes and we can each give her one.
Great idea. Well, let's just go ask it. Great idea.
No, that's terrible. We look like we didn't try.
Split the book into 2 volumes. Great idea. Let's do that.
Just go ask Nichka. Even though it would ruin the surprise, we could at least get her something that would make her happy.
Look at this alpaca tail wagging.
Anyway, could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of Tequil the Brave. The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord. But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother Tequil discovers that the king's spirit has possessed his younger brother Remok. In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord, before jumping into a volcano.
This tale comes from the desolate distant past. In those days, the mountain's teeth were still bared like blades against man and beast, thirsting for the souls of the feeble-minded, human and non-human alike. People knew that the god of the mountains loved them not, and was to be given a wide berth, yet they were forced to seek shelter in caverns from the storm screaming through the wilds, all to pass one long night after the next. But these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from these vagrants. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the wastes through which they stumbled blind. Valiant Tequil and kind-hearted brother Rimac were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth, a long, troubling night reigned inside and outside the caves, and though the campfires around which the tribespeople sat flickered, none were comforted by their light. The people thought, "This fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will this night last? I'm cold and hungry too. Now let's hurry things up then. Quickly, let me walk into the night. Better than that than this torment. Oh, you poor children. You poor children." Yet Tequil and Rimac did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries as other children did. Instead, Tequil stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but his gaze swept over them, keen as a sharp stone spur. "He has seen us, our sharp claws and long teeth, but he is not afraid." The wicked creatures whispered amongst themselves anxiously and involuntarily retracted said appendages. What a weird way it retracted said appendages. Rimac, for his part, waved his hands and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of the distressed tribespeople to his face. Only then did they notice that though the flame wavered, it had never ceased to burn, and with another wave of his hands, Rimac patted the firewood next to him. "Feed the flame! Feed the flame!" The elderly chief, thus reminded by the newborn boy, shouted his words aloud, repelled the fear that had been allowed to swallow the tribe whole. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths just as Tequil had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror had already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mother's bosom. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people who had rejected fear would live countless days more. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of her mother, Coatlicue. For this lord of demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 times 10,000 caves, whose fangs were the rocky stalactites, whose tongue was every blast of wet frigid wind, and who upon awakening could only be satiated by devouring 10,000 souls, Tequil and Rimac were the first humans to slip her grasp. Shamefaced, this Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beasts cowering to the side with rock. Go, redeem your humiliating failure, capture those dim-witted mortals and fill my stomach." But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered the methods of scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountains, sharpened wooden stakes, lit fires, and gave the sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they would stand guard behind the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced the wilderness beyond the firelight, and did not shift their gazes away for even a moment. By blade and fire did Coatlicue's minions taste defeat time after time, until they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw near the flame. I know this is a really long one, and this is eating up time, but I want to read it. The fires in the hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and of the end of the viper. They believed in Tequil and Rimac. These two brothers could surely keep the heat and light alive. Tequil and Rimac thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord of that evil serpent to her doom. But the Earth Mother, who hated this tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest parts of the cave and pinched it into a snake. Then she plucked out her eye, sending it into the serpent's eye socket. "It was that child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes." One evening, when the sun had just set, night's veil was slowly covering the sky, and the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds, and burrowed into its skin, laying flat on the ground. Rimac, returning from gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put his torch down without hesitation, and, reaching for his herbs, he chewed on them, preparing to apply them to the rabbit. But the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leaped from the wound, hissing laughter. "Ignorant, foolish human, sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit." Before Rimac could retrieve his torch, the Earth Mother serpent lashed its fangs first onto his neck, then, burrowing into his body, captured his heart and soul both. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for they greeted Rimac just as they always did when he returned from gathering herbs, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisoned fangs she cried out, "Behold, behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in the dust." But the sound of the rock being struck cut her off, for Tequil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved through the poisoned serpent, molded from soil with ease. But as Tequil was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes and the blood staining his brother's hands. That instant was all the time the wounded viper needed to escape. Yet nigh fully charred it was still, and Earth Mother's eye reduced almost to ashes. This tribe was destroyed, and never again was there a chance it would dare defy her. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated into the darkness. How Tequila wished to call out Rimak's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, so he could only watch as his brother vanished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tequil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. They crossed mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tequil did not close his eyes for so long as they journeyed, nor did he dare to loosen his grip on blade or torch. Finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of his tribe peacefully fall into slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse into the earth. To the earth. When he awoke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, as if the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and a rumbling came from all directions. "Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by a cunning serpent." "But I must save him, and pursue that venomous snake also." His words echoed through the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tequila thus prayed unto her, Let my brother's name live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in an echoing cave. Thus said she, "Your prayer have I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths." Tequil raised his head and lifted up his wish to the goddess. "Turn my blood into fire, so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry. Turn my blood into fire, until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." When Tequil awoke once again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food, and water. Finally, the shaman clasped his shoulders and blessed him. "May your fire dry the venomous snake's venom." Thus did Tequil embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, deep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way with falling rocks and cracks and cliffs. Thus did Tequil stride forward without hesitation. When he met his brother again, the Earth Mother mocked him once more, using Rimak's body and voice, but when her claws pierced Tequil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by his burning blood. Tequil stared the vicious demon lord down and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. He would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison, smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who had faith in his virtue. Die, you despicable venomous insect. Die here." As he roared, Tequil's blood stained the obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth Mother watched in terror as her shell, bones, and soul were sundered. She wished to scream, to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and tear Tequil to ribbons. But she could make no sound, for the fire's light, the silent soul to whom this body once belonged, awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother, "I do not wish to see your blood reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left." The blazing flames swept over every corner of that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme so heinous and vile. As the last drop of his blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave of Tequila's head trembled. A fissure opened, and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The goddess of the mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. "You yet have one drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled." One night, the old shaman, who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds, stood to welcome the returning Tequil. But Tequil refused the water, the food, and the cheers. Instead, he simply said, "The venomous snake is slain, and I am victorious. But I shall soon depart along with my brother." He took the gem from his chest, placed it upon a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. "I have but one drop of blood left, but it was not left for me, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Use it and light a fire, a flame that shall never be extinguished." Having said that, valiant Tequil leaped into the dead volcano. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating, the blazing lava once more beginning to flow. The volcano lives, as does the bravery of all the tribes. What a beautiful story.
I remember there was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Coatlicue, Remak said,
Coatlicue.
"I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left."
So what about the other version of the story?
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised. In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of ending. However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on the market, it had hardly sold any copies, and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves.
The valiant sacrificial part of the violent, selfless, sacrificial parts of the original one probably were more resonated with people.
The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book, and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find in the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find. Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nichka, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in a warehouse. I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up as a present for Nichka. If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it.
I will.
Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocolatl.
So that's how they're trying to sell off the book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
That's 2 more for the collection.
Let's get going. Tlazolli lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
Melodious Chant Act 3. Somewhat aged copy. If there's another really long one of these to read, I may not read it since I am trying to make tracks today. But who knows? May not read it. Depends on how, on our timeliness. I feel like we've been blasting through this an hour into, however, Act 3 is usually, is usually a lot longer than the first 2 acts. There's a chest right there I want to mark. Just.
Bring it!
Go on now, Yangu. Nichka is still resting.
Hey, Tlazolli, we're here!
I walked up with my Shilonen too. Hi.
Oh, what a surprise. And even Shilonen is here too.
We came to visit Nichka.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie. I received Nichka's letter. She wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book for her. There are several editions of the book in that land, and I wasn't sure which version she'd prefer.
What are you guys doing back there?
I asked a
Playing
messenger
tag.
from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nichka.
You haven't changed a bit, Shilonin. Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocolatl, so you can all try some. Shilonin used to love drinking chocolatl. When she was little, she would always have several cups every time she came to visit me. You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nichka. Alright, for now let's... Oh,
Auntie, let's go inside. Traveler, please help me get her into the house.
Everything all right? Sure thing.
Oh, Paimon will help too. Be good, Yangu, and don't get in the way.
Oh, why do you all of a sudden... Where'd the cute voice go?
All right, let's get indoors. Watch your step, Auntie.
Why did she boil Charlotte? You guys are also talking about burn Chevreuse teams. Like, why would you burn Chevreuse?
sorry. Nichka's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few nights. I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you. Have a seat. I'll fetch you a few cups of chocolatl. Please wait a moment.
Oh, I've already brought them over. This cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you, too.
Chocolatl? What does it taste like? Paimon's heard that it can be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Paimon, just try it.
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It won't be bitter.
Navia core cook.
The last time you came to visit, you were still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the Children of Echoes. No, of all Natlan even.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happened to read.
You've been close for quite some time.
We heard that you two are from the same tribe, but Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled Auntie was at forging ancient names and how she was a good role model for the rest of us. The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
Then I would have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocolatl, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop. But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old house. Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nichka's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read and draw. But you're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nichka's bed.
Shilonin does seem like an older sister to Nichka.
That's how Nichka sees Shilonin too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always asks me when her pen pal sister will be coming to visit.
Well, yeah, I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said Nichka asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to eat some snacks. Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of Big Sister. Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Shilonin. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver of the tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her. The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one in the tribe blames you. We all know that Nichka needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have not found the courage to pick up my hammer again. I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Shilonen.
Oh.
Whoa, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nichka gotten better lately?
Oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nichka is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation. You'll be the one who's busy then, and I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolatl and cheering you on.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolatl as you like.
So how did Nichka get so sick?
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she's gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then. Nichka's illness actually originates from the abyss. That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off.
Oh, this Act 3 was only happened after Act 4 of the Archon quest, didn't it? This Act 3 is post-war, post the war. Because Act 1 and 2 of this Tribal Chronicle was pre-Notland War. Not really? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nichka was gone. I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nichka at the bottom of a short cliff. She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds. I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nichka had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her. Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore flower, I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name. Oh, Nichka, my daughter. My Nichka. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes and look at me. I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work, and I was the one who left her home alone. Oh, my daughter. My Nichka. Why do you have to suffer like this?
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nichka's getting better.
Right, she is, right?
She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Shilonen has even brought her a gift.
Drink some water first.
Sorry. I just can't control myself whenever I remember that time. Phew. Alright. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So, why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower tacos.
We'll help. That sounds like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself out.
Let me flex my cooking skills.
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine. You three just need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no leftovers.
I can eat an entire fish myself. Good job. Good job, Ether. Proud of you.
It just occurred to me that Shilonen likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot. Why
Crab,
did I make
crab,
that instead
crab,
of the grilled
crab.
fish and mint sauce? I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
Both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish bones now.
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just take them out for you. Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of grain fruit or chocolate?
Cup of grain fruit.
Chocolate.
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
Okay, Got it. I'll go start cooking, but could you do me a favor in the meantime? I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please bring them in. Come on, Shilonen. Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your appetite.
We were talking 4 seconds ago, and she's oh, what a cat.
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
All right. I'm getting up.
We'll go check on the ingredients with Shilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us long.
That kid. That kid. She's just like Nichka.
Okay. Retrieve the goods. What a cat. Oh hey, there was enemies in a chest over here.
No one's come to deliver the ingredients yet. Paimon thought we'd see someone come flying down on a Yunkasaur as soon as we came out.
A messenger from the Scions of the Canopy wouldn't be flying here. They usually come climbing down the cliffs nearby. No need to look. There isn't anyone on the cliffs.
Should we keep walking?
I just saw a ghost. Hey, you there. Sorry, but does Tlazolli live around here?
Oh, are you the one who's supposed to deliver the ingredients?
I don't see any ingredients, sir.
Ingredients? Are you kidding? I was nearly eaten myself. Never mind that now. Those monsters are still hot on my heels. Please, you've got to help me.
Leave it to me.
Shilonen, where'd she go? Whoa, she's already gone up to fight the monsters? Let's go help her out.
Really, game? Really? Ah! I don't think I can possess this one. Oh, trial. I think we already had a trial Shilonen though. Yeah, we have 3600, 186. Oh, now I'm lost at where my Yelan is.
Letting praise names echo. Game's up. Fight's over. Busted.
I didn't want to kill the baby.
All right. That should be it for the monsters. Yeah, it was easier than I thought.
You killed a baby Tlazolli.
Oh, it also seems we're in good luck. The goods weren't damaged either.
Strange. We didn't see any monsters on the way here.
We didn't come from this way, Paimon. You didn't provoke them, did you? There was a baby Tlazolli there.
Yeah, right. I use this road to deliver goods all the time, and I've never been attacked like this before. It's the main road in and out of the tribe, so people often come here to clear out any monsters. This area is usually very safe. I don't know what happened, but it seems like all the monsters around here have gone berserk. Even the docile Tlazollis are in a frenzy.
Curious.
Tlazolli doesn't even forge ancient names anymore, so why can't she just move back to the tribe? If she comes back, Nichka will even be able to find some playmates. She's so young and hasn't even... Nichka's playmates. No, wait, I feel like my kids have played with her before. They've even told me about Nichka's favorite game. If I remember right, it was... strange. I always remembered it before. How could I forget all of a sudden?
Look at that! He has a blaze gem inscription too!
Seems there's quite a market for those inscriptions.
You should go back to the tribe. It seems like you had quite the scare today. We'll take the ingredients back for you. I'll carry these bags, and you two can carry the rest.
Paimon can help too.
Huh? Oh, sure. Paimon can take care of these grapefruit that fell out of the bag.
If you say so. Thank you so much. I guess today's just a really bad day for me to go outside.
That's so
Everyone's
weird.
memory is
Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
everyone who has a blaze gem inscription has horrible memory for a weird, horrible memory.
Paimon's not sure how to say it, but she's got a strange feeling about this. Like it's all somehow related.
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually start experiencing strange days like this. Let's bring the ingredients back. Otherwise, we won't have anything to eat tonight.
Weird. Alright, these guys are on the way back, so it would be foolish not to get this chest.
Let's do this.
It would be irresponsible to let this chest just sit here. Hey!
Gotcha. Things are about to get tight.
This is a pretty good Yanfei team.
Let's appraise the value on this.
I mean, Yanfei plus Yelan is always a good idea, but...
Bring it!
Oh my gosh, I got a recipe for making chocolate! I killed a man for his chocolate recipe. Like Willy Wonka. I killed Nichka's neighbors. And his 2 pets. Don't go down the hill there.
Ah, you're finally back. What took you so long? I was starting to worry.
Nothing. What took you so long? Nothing. Nothing. Don't go down the hill.
Oh yeah, we ran into some small problems, but everything's fine now.
All right. As long as everything's okay now. You all have a seat. I'll get the food ready. It won't take long.
Tlazolli gets to work on the food after cooking some time. Delicious dishes on the table.
Whoa, there's so much tasty food! You're amazing, Tlazolli!
Look at these lobsters just chilling out here and just like, I'm dead.
They were all pretty simple dishes to make. Don't be shy. Dig in, everyone.
Who'd like to start with? Start with Paimon. I would definitely recommend. I would always recommend pulling Yelan, but I may be a little bit biased. She was my first one to friendship 10. My first limited 5-star. I really enjoy her character. I really enjoy her voice. As far as how she plays, she's just 5-star Xingqiu. She has much less Hydro application, but much more Hydro damage. And I don't know if I should say that. It feels like she has a higher damage ceiling than Xingqiu, but she doesn't have as good a Hydro application. No flying on the table, Paimon.
But Paimon can't reach that dish! Could you give Paimon some? Come on!
Yes. May I please have some of that fish? Would you pass the fish instead of flying over top of the...
Ooh, yeah. Can I get another serving, please?
You're done already? Do you even chew when you're eating?
No, it's a cat. She's a cat. It's a cat. No, she's a cat.
Of course. Didn't I say that I chew up the fish bones? I'll have just one more fish and leave the rest for Nichka.
It's okay. Just go ahead and eat all you'd like. Nichka can't eat these dishes anyway. Her body is too weak to digest these kinds of things. I'll just make some broth for her.
That's rough.
Oh no. But Paimon thought she'd already recovered from her illness.
They didn't say she'd recovered, Paimon. They said she was getting better. And even that, I'm getting a feeling that getting better isn't much better. That it was like she was on death's door, and her getting better is, well, she's no longer on death's door.
Injuries caused by the abyss cannot be undone. The doctor said the fact that she's stable is already quite a miracle. But it's okay. Nichka can talk to me now and can even hold my hand. That's more than I could ask for. Even if she will never again know that I am her mother.
What do you mean?
The doctor said the abyss has had an irreversible effect on Nichka's soul. She's lost all her memories from before she was injured.
What a weird side effect, the hell?
The doctor also said this sort of memory loss isn't like simply forgetting something. Rather, she can no longer remember anything from before that fateful day.
That's weird because Auroron was born with half a soul, not born with half a soul, but was born missing a soul fragment. And but I guess, that's a weird.
Huh? But how does that happen?
You know about the woven scrolls that the Masters of the Night Wind use to record things, right? Well, generally speaking, forgetting things is like when the woven scrolls would gradually start to fade. As long as you repaint and weave the threads again, the faded memories will come back to life. But the case of Nichka's memory loss is as if her woven scroll had been cut in two, and the portion of the past was burnt to ashes. The books she loved to read, the flowers she took joy to grow, and the time she spent in this house were all cut off by the abyss, and can never be retrieved again. As one example of that, Nichka now only sees me as a strange, unfamiliar auntie who claims to be her mother. She's a good kid, and doesn't want to upset this lady who's been taking care of her so much, so she still calls me Mom. But I've always had a feeling that she's constantly wondering about things like, where is her real mother? Why is she stuck here in this house? Was she abandoned? Nichka really has no idea that her real mother is right in front of her, and has never left.
Well, that's horrible.
So you plan on recreating Nichka's woven scroll all by yourself?
What do you mean?
Or should I say, you've already started reweaving that scroll long ago?
A blaze gem inscription. Whose is it?
The delivery guy's. I saw it hanging from his waist, so I asked to borrow it from him. Don't worry, I'll return the inscription to him once we've figured everything out. These things aren't cheap, after all.
When did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it back when blaze gem inscriptions suddenly became popular among the tribe. It was then that I also noticed that everyone wearing blaze gem inscriptions had varying degrees of memory loss. Traveler, you've picked up on it too, haven't you?
Yeah, so everyone's memory loss had something to do with Nichka.
Accessories made using ancient names forging techniques. For what's only supposed to be a pretty souvenir, this inscription contains a phlogiston engraving with a truly overkill level of complexity. The shapes and patterns of these engravings are also identical to that of an ancient name. By making just a few slight adjustments to the layout and connections of the main pattern, you can pretty much qualify this blaze gem inscription as a bona fide ancient name. And yet, you've never told anyone about these engravings in the blaze gem inscriptions that can be activated at any time. Am I right, Auntie?
I knew you were a sharp one, Shilonin. That's right. I have a way to cure Nichka and restore all her memories. It's actually quite simple. I want to forge an ancient name for Nichka that contains all of her past memories.
But ancient names must be approved by the Wyab.
And the reason they must be approved by the Wyab is because the memories they bear are all stored within the ley lines. Extracting those memories from the ley lines requires the Wyab's assistance. But your plan wouldn't need you to do any of that, right, Auntie? Your Blaze Gem inscriptions will help you complete that part of your plan in the ley line's place. You will use the inscriptions to form a massive memory bank for Nichka. And the ancient names you're trying to forge will be used to extract corresponding memories from the memory bank.
A memory bank? Wait, so the reason all those people were having trouble remembering stuff is because the Blaze Gem inscriptions took away any memories related to Nichka?
What a weird and really cool way. Like, what a, I mean, horrible. You're stealing other people's memories, but even though Nichka had forgotten her own past, her life was still witnessed by other people. What an interesting piece of... Huh.
Using other people's memories of Nichka to reconstruct her past? This is the first time I've heard of such an idea.
You've seen through my plans, Shilonin. You're as outstanding as ever. Far more brilliant than me. I intend to use this method to collate all the memories related to Nichka and allow her to regain her past again.
But wouldn't extracting memories like that hurt the person carrying the Blaze Gem inscription?
It's a small price to pay. This is her daughter.
Not at all. Every time a Blaze Gem inscription extracts memories, the process is under my precise control. That way, there's no chance of anyone in the tribe getting hurt. This is the central inscription that controls all the other Blaze Gem inscriptions, which will also soon serve as Nichka's ancient name.
You made all of this yourself, Tlazolli?
It's a lot to do on your own, even though it's not an official ancient name.
Yes, it was lots and lots of work. It was truly exhausting. Or perhaps I've just grown old. You saw it yourself. I nearly fainted just from being in the sun. I could collapse tomorrow, or even in the next few moments, but Nichka's ancient name is still far from completion. I've solved the issue of storing memories, but I still don't know how to connect Nichka up to this central inscription.
I thought you just modify your own ancient name.
I considered it, but this matter doesn't have anything to do with my ancient name. It's of no help to me, and I don't need its help now.
You know the price to pay for making something like this.
Yes, I do. But as long as I can get my Nichka back, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Otherwise, Nichka won't have any chance of reclaiming her past once I'm dead and gone. She won't remember me, and she won't even remember why her name is Nichka. When that time comes, she'll be left to drift around the world all alone, unknowing of where she came from or where she should go. She is my daughter, the one to whom I gave the Nichka name. Whether it be as her mother or as a name engraver, I can't simply stand by and let her name disappear.
Shilonin?
Let her think about this for a moment.
I'll take the central inscription with me. I'm going to completely disassemble it to confirm its components and uses, and I won't make any promises until I've checked everything. Say goodnight to Nichka for me, Auntie.
Oh, wait. I've also finished inscriptions for the Traveler in Paimon. Let me fetch them for you.
What a setup for a villain, though. To make her a what a setup if they were going to make her a villain.
I'm sorry it took me so long to finish them.
Though we'll do anything and compromise a bunch of stuff for a honestly understandable reason, but she's like, I'll do whatever it takes. What a great way if they were gonna set her up as a villain. What a great way to lead into that if they did it.
Hold on, Auntie. The Traveler and Paimon have never met Nichka before, so you can't draw any memories from them.
That wasn't my intention. They're just ordinary gifts. Please, take them.
Huh? What was that noise?
Nichka must have woken up and wants to get out of bed on her own. Sorry, I'll go check on her first. Nichka, don't try to get out of bed. Just tell Mom if you need anything.
You go ahead and take care of Nichka, Auntie. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon. There are a few things I want to tell you.
Interesting.
Let's head back to the tribe first. There are some things I need to get from my workshop. Disassembling the central inscription? It's not going to be easy.
Gotta use the restroom real quick. Be right back. And then we'll get right back into this. Right. Back to the forge. I love her animation so freaking much. Okay.
You two can wait outside for a moment. I just need to go in and grab something. The workshop is a little messy, so unfortunately, I won't be able to show you around.
A mess is what I like best. Have you seen my mental state, Shalona?
Oh, yeah, that's not really what I mean. It's not the mess that's really the problem. It's just that the workshop is cluttered with way too much stuff. Books, files, and even ancient texts I got from the Masters of the Nightwind. Everything's piled up to the ceiling. You probably won't know where to step once you're inside. Kachina suffered quite an unfortunate series of events the last time she went inside. Well, I suppose it was my fault for being so focused on searching for information at the time that I forgot to lock the door. After entering the workshop, she was shocked to find herself face to face with a massive woven scroll from the Masters of the Nightwind, and then she turned around and knocked over a huge stack of forging blueprints. She tried to step out of the way, but tripped on a poster tube that was behind her, and then boom! The forging blueprints came crashing down right onto her head.
Is that so funny?
Oh no!
Poor Kachina! Why was that so funny? And that's how Kachina died. Was Kachina okay?
She's lucky I noticed in time. I found Kachina in a daze and managed to save her before an entire set of the history of the Children of Echoes was about to bury her. I then dragged her up to the second floor.
My cheeks hurt. Why was that so funny? Why was that so cute and funny? Kachina just stumbling around, knocking shit over, and just like, whoa!
Ever since then, Kachina always waits outside the door and doesn't dare take a step in whenever she comes to see me.
Are there really that many books inside?
Yeah, you're an artisan and craftswoman after all. We thought there would be weapons and armor hanging all over the place. But it seems more like a library than a workshop.
She's a different kind of forger to begin with, though.
Well, my primary work is forging ancient names, which is much trickier than making swords and tools. Aside from the necessary craftsmanship, I also need to consult many ancient texts. You probably already know that each ancient name represents a certain spirit, behind which are countless related stories to support it. In other words, the essence of an ancient name is the physical manifestation of a certain spiritual will. And as a name engraver, when I'm working on a new ancient name, I'm not only trying to give it a physical shape, but more importantly, I'm also trying to understand the spirit contained within the name. And to do that, I have to collect as many related stories as possible and read through them all. But, as you might know, people tend to add a lot of extraneous details when it comes to stories about themselves. For stories that have been clearly exaggerated or altered, I must gather other related stories and information as cross-references. This way, I can filter out all the absurd and exaggerated details and restore the person's life to its true nature. Only in true stories can you find the authentic spirit. And this is the only way for the spirit to become an ancient name that matches its essence.
We've heard about the concept behind ancient names before, but after hearing you explain the details, Paimon can't help but think that ancient names are really powerful.
If only they could be even more powerful.
Well, no matter how powerful ancient names could be, they would never be able to suddenly turn into a blade or allow you to smash through an entire cliff in one punch.
One punch!
It's just a form of spiritual power that's passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't have those kinds of physically tangible effects. Well, take your own names, for example.
Paimon's Paimon. Did you guys know that?
From the moment you appeared in this world, some person had already prepared a blessing for you. And that person then condensed this blessing into your name and gave it to you as a gift. It may feel like the moment you received your name is already in the past, but it will always stay with you and move with you in the future. Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. Well, that's what Auntie once told me. And with this blessing, people will become more confident as they walk into their future. To put it another way, it's like having a lamp in your hand as you walk through the darkness of night.
The AC kicked on and changed the pressure in this room compared to the hallway, and it closed my door by itself, and it scared the absolute fuck out of me just now. Anyways.
Oh, Paimon gets that. If you're alone when you're walking in the dark, it's easy to get scared and tired quickly. But if someone else is walking with you, then it won't be nearly as scary. And, well, you might still get tired, but it'll still be a whole lot better than walking alone. The Traveler always has Paimon by his side, though, so he'll never have to worry about that. Oh, Paimon sure many wish they could be in your shoes, Traveler.
Please, you're always the one to get tired when we're on the road.
Paimon's always flying. Of course it gets tiring. But we're getting off topic. We can talk about that later.
We've discussed this. How much power does it take to float? And does she have to bounce like that, or can she just hover? Try not to fall asleep on me next time.
Anyway, this is what Tlazolli told me when I was training as a name engraver. And to be honest, I've only understood 20% of what she said at most. I've never been able to figure out the rest.
But doesn't that mean you basically don't get it?
Well, that's not entirely true. Auntie and I have at least come to a consensus on the most important thing.
Jason, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
You know what? I am sick of talking. We can talk about all of this later. Please, wait a moment while I grab my things.
Chvin opens the door and walks into a workshop. Some unsettling crashing sounds come from within the workshop, following by some agonizing creaks and squeaks. Eventually, Chvin rushes out the door with a box in her arms. She then turns around and kicks the door closed, shutting the sound of dusty books falling to the ground inside.
Did you hear a whole section of something collapse in there just now?
It's fine, it's fine. It was just a bunch of very old ancient name records. I've already made copies of them. I kept this set of phlogiston wedges in the back, so it wasn't easy to take out. I had to resort to brute force. Come on, let's go disassemble the central inscription. It shouldn't take long.
Had to resort to brute force. Geo ladies are always pretty good at brute forcing things. Shilonen, Navia, Noelle, Chiori, all the Geo ladies seem very good at just being very brute force and blunt with whether it's their speech or their actions, or she went inside and got the zoomies. Oh, here.
Here we are. This is the place.
This cliff is pretty high. What are we going to do here? Are we going to climb to the very top and then throw this inscription down the cliff?
Yes, Paimon, that's how it works. I'm sure Shilonen knows what she's doing.
I'm going to use phlogiston to make an engraving circle on the cliff wall. That will allow me to investigate the internals of the central inscription. Now let me see if this thing can even turn on. I was still an apprentice last time I used it. Before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston, we always use this to draw out the engraving diagram on a cliff or open ground. Only after we've confirmed that phlogiston can flow properly through the internal engravings can we start formally working on the small internal engravings of the ancient name. If we want to dismantle the central inscription in a non-destructive manner, we'll have to use this thing. I really don't want to engrave such a large diagram with my bare hands.
Oh, so you'll be able to see what it looks like on the inside without ruining Tlazolli's inscription?
For the most part. If it were just an ordinary unfinished ancient name piece, I'd just take it apart and pour phlogiston into the internal engravings to see everything. But since it's a central inscription, it would be better not to destroy the blessing that Auntie has prepared for Nichka.
So, Shilonen, does this central inscription fall under the 20% you understand about ancient names, or the other 80% you don't understand?
There's an 80% chance that is part of the 20%. 15% of the time, it works.
Don't worry. As I said, Auntie and I share an understanding of the most important principle, which is names are intrinsically valuable. Only by having names can things be sorted and categorized. They allow the world to become more orderly and identifiable.
And I do like order.
For example, when I order ore, I would usually say I need volcanic crystals of about 35% purity and no more than 3% of impurities. Without specific names, I would only be able to go to the ore merchant and say, I want this and this. No, this isn't it. That one. No, not that one either. Yeah, you see what I mean? Names are a crucial part of how we standardize our workflow. Without names, the work would be impossible.
So you're talking about it from a technical perspective.
Yes, because forging ancient names is first and foremost a technical job. There's no debating that. As for the question of why it's important, as long as it does not affect your ability to perform your work, you'll gradually understand it as you put the process into practice.
You really care about efficiency above all else. Sounds like the most efficient approach.
After all, creating an ancient name is quite the complicated process. Well, let me break it down even further. We're not in the tribe right now anyway. Essentially, by forging ancient names, I'm assigning nicknames to the heroes in Natlan's history. Giving someone a name is a subjective expression. You just need to express your hopes and wishes for them. But giving someone a nickname is a much more objective expression. to come up with a fitting and accurate nickname requires much thought and observation. If ancient names or nicknames aren't descriptive enough, no one will remember them anyway. So the best I can do is gather all the information I could and try to come up with the most fitting nicknames possible. Even a minor mistake in the process could cause people to misunderstand the nickname. For a name engraver such as myself, such mistakes would be considered a major blunder.
Paimon, nicknames are your specialty, especially ugly ones.
Paimon isn't trying to come up with a nickname for Shilonen. Besides, all of Paimon's nicknames have been very descriptive. Everyone can remember them.
I was about to say floating lavender melon, but that's Ito's nickname for Paimon. That wasn't one Paimon created.
Phew. Now I'm curious. Why don't you, come up with one for me?
Are you serious?
How about, Witty Kitty?
Of course. This is also my line of work, you know. Go ahead.
A nickname? Shilonen. Well, she uses phlogiston to forge weapons and make names for others.
Don't overstress, Paimon.
Smith?
Yeah, not bad. And quite fitting, too. I'll remember it. But, you should keep observing my work, Paimon. Maybe you'll come up with an even better nickname.
John Smith. What even?
Right, okay. Time to make like a smith and start smithing. Watch closely.
Connect the activated phlogiston wedges.
Bring it! Adjust the inclination by 2 degrees. Stop. The error margin is within an acceptable amount, but I'll extend the inscription link a little more just to be safe. I'll leave some space here. When the linked engravings are
we're going this way.
activated, the inscriptions here will overlap with each other. There. That should complete the flow.
Nift.
Amazing, Shilonen! You were running all over that cliff as if it was flat ground!
Is it the power of the Children of Echoes? Is it the power of friendship?
Oh no, it doesn't have anything to do with my tribe. It's just the phlogiston adhesive I have on my shoes. But after all that running around, I'll have to infuse them with more phlogiston again. Huh. I should prepare a spare supply of phlogiston to bring with me next time.
Don't tell me you're actually already covered head to toe in work equipment.
More or less, yeah. I usually have at least the key equipment on hand. I can show them to you when we next find the time, but let's get to work first.
Let's get to work.
Let me see. Start with anchor 1 and activate it with density 3 phlogiston.
Whoa! A super huge diagram just appeared! Tlazolli's central inscription is even floating!
After some time, the blast of phlogiston ceased and the central inscription returns to Shilonen's hands.
So are you done checking the inscription, Shilonen? How does it look?
I didn't find any anomalies in the phlogiston engraving. All the adjustments are indeed based on ancient name engraving techniques.
So everything's normal. That means...
That means we can help Tlazolli and Nichka now, right?
Well, probably, but I have good news and bad news. Oh, but I'm also just going to go ahead and share both, so it's not like you'll have a choice in the matter.
Paimon will cover her ears after the good news.
Well, even if you cover your ears, the issue will still continue to exist. But, you know, before we get to that, I want to ask the traveler a question. What are your thoughts on absorbing memories?
I just feel like... I don't know, though. I feel like I want there to be another way. Because I obviously want to save Nichka, but... I don't know if she would want to be saved at the expense of other people's memories. But it's memories of her. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me.
I knew you felt the same way, and that'll save me some initial explanation. I've never been very good at that anyway. It's hard to control the absorption of memories. Technically speaking, this type of inscription has the power to do far more than absorb memories related to a single person. By herself, Auntie can't handle that level and scope of work, but if she has accomplices, it is completely possible for her to use this inscription to accomplish far bigger things.
Accomplices? You make it sound like she's committing a crime!
Well, here's the good news. Yes, this blaze gem inscription would be the perfect tool to commit crimes, but we haven't found any accomplices or signs that she intends to put it to such uses. From a purely objective standpoint, we can consider that possibility as yet to be confirmed for now. The bad news is, there's still an underlying problem with this blaze gem inscription that cannot be ignored. I believe I've mentioned this before. Ancient names operate with the help of the Wyab, granting them the power to read information kept in the ley lines. In this process, the Wyab actually function like relays, helping the ancient name bearer sense the information from within the ley lines. If you remove the Wyab from the process and don't use any tools, then finding a specific story is akin to trying to scoop up a specific grain of sand from a rushing river.
So before you're even able to retrieve the sand, you'd most likely drown.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who attempts to do so will likely lose most of their cognitive function or become a babbling madman who talks to themselves all day long. Now, let's consider the memories that Auntie has gathered as the ley line, and Nichka as the only ancient name bearer of this ley line. There's no way Auntie would let Nichka plunge into the river of memories without any tools. She'd only be overwhelmed by the surge of memories. And considering that Nichka has forgotten all of her past, she'll be unable to work on her own to accurately find the correct past. Only Aunt Tlazolli can help her filter the correct memories of her past. So, if my hypothesis is correct, Auntie is actually planning on turning herself into Nichka's Wyab to help her extract the corresponding memories in the different situations she may face.
Huh.
In an ideal world, this would be perfectly fine. As long as every extracted memory is correct, Nichka would essentially be getting her past back. And I also believe that there won't be any mistakes in everything that Auntie remembers about Nichka. But Auntie is not a Wyab. Her body won't be able to handle the load for long.
So at any moment, she might just, and she's already not, and she's already not doing great either. So this is a problem that we can't just ignore.
But how can we solve this problem? No matter how we try, Tlazolli will...
She's ready to pay the price. It doesn't matter to her. Just to get her kid back.
Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. I've also made up my mind. Come on, let's go see Auntie.
What an interesting set of plot devices and story points. I enjoy it. It's very interesting. The mechanics of ancient names and the mechanics of forging and memories. Look, they're back. The owner might still be dead, but... Hello? Oh, there she is. She's already dead.
Shilonen, it looks like you've made your decision. Am I right?
Yes, here's some research that I've done. You can reference it to modify the way the central inscription operates. I'll also help you continue working on the Blaze Gem inscriptions, but I must have complete control over all the inscriptions and the ability to oversee their uses. The memories that can be absorbed by the inscription will be limited solely to Nichka's past. We'll plan a set time frame together from which the memories can be drawn from shortly. If you attempt to extract any memories beyond this scope, then I'll consider that as committing a criminal act and halt all work related to the central inscription.
That's reasonable.
After the memory bank is constructed, the Blaze Gem inscription's absorption functions must be stopped immediately. Only functionalities for outputting memories will be kept.
I accept. Thank you, Shilonen. I really...
Auntie, you know I can't stand it when you do this. If you needed my help, you should have just said so. There's no need to beat around the bush like you did.
Using technology for ancient names to forge other things without permission is no trivial matter.
Yes, it's a major departure from the technology's intended use, but it's nothing compared to a child who needs help, compared to a name that's about to be lost. But once this is all over, you must come with me to see Tequil and discuss everything that happened.
That's fine. I'm willing to accept any punishment for my little Nichka.
All right, let's clear off the table and come up with a plan. I need some time to consider how to let Nichka control the Blaze Gem inscription on her own and extract the memories from her past. Oh, by the way, did you give the book to Nichka?
How could I just hand her a birthday present that you specially brought for her? I've picked out a box and packaged it up. Wait till her birthday and then bring it to her. It'll be a nice surprise.
No, it's just an old book. There's no need to...
Everything okay back there?
Oh, is Nichka up again? But what was all that noise? It sounded like something broke.
Maybe she knocked some... Did she fall?
Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's go have a look.
Nichka, don't hurt yourself.
Shilonen, is that you?
She's also got little ears.
You're Nichka?
How many times have I told you? Don't get out of bed on your own. You were running a fever yesterday.
Hello, Nichka.
Thank you for the book. I've already read it several times. You've already read it? But didn't Tlazolli package up the book that Shilonen brought?
No. She's all mixed up. The one she read isn't from Shilonen. It's one I bought for her before. A few days ago, she told me she wanted a book. I know nothing about these kinds of books, so I had no choice but to go to the tribe and look for a copy. I eventually found one and bought it for her. I put it in her room once I got back. Soon after, she suddenly developed a fever. I was so busy taking care of her that I forgot about the book and even forgot that she had asked you for a gift.
Auntie, do you know which version of the book you bought?
Which version? The shopkeeper said it was the one with the perfect ending to the story.
The new version.
Apparently that's the only one you can find on the market now. Oh, it's all my fault. You wasted your money and now it won't even be a surprise.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a book. As long as Nichka enjoys it, that's what matters.
Oh, right. Nichka probably doesn't know us. You're Paimon and Mr. Traveler. Mom told me about you. Oh, seems like everyone knows who we are now.
Hello, Nichka.
Yeah, Nichka seems to be doing pretty well today. Since she's been stuck indoors for the last few days, why don't we take her out for a walk?
What the Seems the fever's got. I didn't know what he was doing there. Boop at the child. Seems the fever's gone.
Take her for a walk. But considering her condition, I don't think she...
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. She'll be safe with the Traveler and me.
Sorry, I killed your neighbor not too long ago.
We won't leave the tribe, and if anything comes up, we'll be sure to find the doctor immediately. Besides, it's her birthday in a few days, and we need to go to the tribe to buy some things. Let's give her a proper celebration. What do you think, Auntie?
I promise I'll be good, Mom. Didn't you say before that I need more fresh air?
All right. As you wish. I also happen to have a few repaired Blaze Gem inscriptions that I need to get back to the tribe. We can go together.
Can I just also say, I really like the new outfits that they have for the NPCs in Natlan. They have the same ears and it's adorable. Wonder why? It's probably because they're blood related.
Wait for a moment. I'll go get Nichka's water bottle and some towels. Some medicine. Oh, and a parasol.
Navia would be pleased. Tlazolli enters Nichka's room. After quickly packing, she comes back.
Talk about being prepared.
She's a mom. We can camp out with all that stuff.
It doesn't hurt to be prepared. Okay, let's go. Please be good now, Nichka. Don't cause any trouble for Shilonen and the others.
Oh, you can let me carry these. And don't be a stranger, Nichka. Feel free to tell us anything. And even I was quite a handful for Auntie when I was little.
Yeah! It's not often you get to go out to play, so just have fun. Everything will be fine.
When you don't stir up some trouble when you're little, if you don't stir up some trouble when you're little, then you'll never get the chance again.
Okay, thanks everyone, and please don't worry, Mom. I'll be good.
You ever... Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say it anyway. No, I shouldn't.
Let's go look for Ignal. I've had her Blaze Gem inscription for a while now, and I'll finally return it to her today.
You ever looked up the statute of limitations for some of the things that you did in, like, middle school and... Like, can I still get in trouble for that? Like, if I talk about that when I'm drunk at the bar, like, it's... I got into some... I'll tell some stories of the stuff we got up to and... Statute of limitations on non-violent felonies committed by a minor from 20 years ago. Anyway. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you could clip into that cable. Can you walk on this cable? Okay. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll help you find it.
I'll help you find it.
Tlazolli, what brings you to the tribe today? Oh, and Nichka too. Oh, she seems to be doing much better now. She's even out and about. I'm sure it won't be long before she'll be playing with Chanil and the others.
I hope so. Here, Ignal. This is your inscription. I've finished repairing it.
Oh, thank you for bringing it back for me. Oh, by the way, I came across a piece of good quality ore a while ago. I was thinking of using it to make some pretty jewelry for little Nichka. I remember that Nichka would become so happy every time she saw a shiny ring. Right, Nichka?
I'm sure she'd love that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Give me a moment. I'll bring the ore.
Oh, I can make the jewelry for her. What kind would you like, Nichka?
I would like...
Something shaped like an embercore flower would be nice. She was always asking me before to make her an ancient name with an embercore flower design.
Noted. I'll make that as a gift for her next birthday. Sorry, Nichka. It won't be a surprise for you.
That's okay. Thank you, Shilonen.
Found it. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here, please take it. By the way, Nichka, feel free to write to me if you ever want to know more about ores. Well, I was shocked last time when you wrote me out of the blue asking for a volcanic crystal.
Sorry about that. She can hardly contain her curiosity now that she's started to recover. She's still too weak to go out whenever she wants, so she begs me every day to help her write letters to people in the tribe about all sorts of things.
Just standing between their line of sight.
That's how you know she's one of the children of echoes. It's normal for us to be interested in ore.
Everything's looking up! Oh, we're just like the main character in the new version of Tequil the Brave, when he was about to save his brother Remak. According to the story, we should be right around... let Paimon see... Tequil prayed to the goddess of mountains and fire. Let my brother's name ever live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return.
Okay, that's definitely a Paimon screenshot that I need.
The goddess replied, I've heard your prayer, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths.
Then Tequil said, turn my blood to fire so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry.
Oh, you remembered that whole line, Nichka? Paimon remembers that's exactly what the book... Huh? Wait, what did the book say?
You forgot. Didn't you just read it?
Paimon finished both books in one sitting. A lot of their content is nearly the same, so it's easy to get mixed up. But the ending in the older version is more interesting, even if it's hard for kids to, well, completely understand. Oh, wait. Nichka hasn't read the other ending. It's okay. Just wait a bit and Paimon will read it out for you.
That's not true. Actually, I already know the other ending.
Something squirrely's going on here. There's some sus senses triggering.
You already know the other ending? But didn't you only read the edition your mom got for you?
Hey, what are you all chatting about so happily?
Huh? Mom, Mr. Traveler and I were just talking about the ending of that book. We were just talking about how the bad guy was defeated and everyone returned home safely. It's a really happy ending.
We were talking about the other ending.
Aren't happy endings always nice? But if you already read the whole thing, then what will Mom have to read to you at bedtime? Guess you'll have to go to bed early tonight, but I'll buy you some more fairy tales next time, okay?
Okay, Mom.
How's the ore?
It's pretty good quality. I'll be able to give Nichka a beautiful and durable piece of jewelry for her next birthday. But, you know, for now, let's focus on celebrating her upcoming birthday. Where are we headed to next, Auntie?
Next, let's visit Apaish. He should be close by. Stay close, Nichka. Don't go too far.
Yes, Mom.
Sus, 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 sus. This is not where I'm supposed to go.
Why do my eyebrows keep twitching today? Strange.
Sorry. What a weird thing to walk in on.
That means you're about to hit the jackpot, Apaish.
I didn't expect to have 2 name engravers coming in today. Welcome. What are you looking to buy, Tlazolli? I'll give you a discount like usual.
Whoa! Offering a discount just like that? Tlazolli sure has connections.
She was once our name engraver and did a lot for the tribe. It's only fair that I offer her a discount.
Thank you for your generosity. I've finished repairing your blaze gem inscription. Here, have a look. Come on, Nichka. Say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, so this is Nichka. Tlazolli has shown me some pictures before. It looks like you're doing much better now. How about this? Go ahead and pick anything you'd like from the store. Think of it as a gift from me.
Why does it seem like she knows, like she's very aware of everything that's going on? Like she has all of her memories.
No, that's all right. Mom told me that you've already given a lot to our family.
This is the missing harbinger.
Oh, well, that was for your family. I've never given anything just for you. If you don't feel like it, you can also let your mom choose for you.
Oh, no need to stand on ceremony, Auntie. Go ahead and pick something for Nichka. His drills and small clamps are good quality. The measurements of each part are exact, and they're always very durable. I always come here to buy things if I find myself in a pinch. Oh, do you have any child-friendly safety scissors? I remember seeing a few different styles.
I have a few in stock, but I put them in the back. Let me bring some out for you to pick.
Oh, no need to bring them all the way here. Why don't we just go in the back and choose there? It should only take a moment.
Why don't we just go to the back so we can discuss something out of earshot of the child?
I don't know much about that kind of scissors. Why don't you just go yourself and...
Well, there are too many different designs and varieties of kid scissors. If you don't come and help me choose, I won't be able to pick one that Nichka would like. Come on, Auntie. It'll only take a moment.
And there goes Shalone dragging Tlazolli off to buy more stuff. Ooh, what a busy day.
Let's just wait for them here.
I won't run off. Paimon, who's your favorite character in Tequil the Brave? Paimon's favorite? Tequil, of course. He went through a lot to rescue his family. In the old version of the story, he was never able to reunite with his family, but he was still really strong and fought as best as he could.
He's a brave character. I admire his courage.
What about you, Nichka? Which character do you like?
She's looking at us from the corner of her eye, up there.
I like Remak. Oh, the one who was possessed by Quatlique, but never forgot his brother Tequil. He was also an amazing character. If it wasn't for his determination, both he and his brother would have been defeated by Quatlique in the final battle.
Huh, you remember all the details.
Of course! A story's only interesting if you can really get immersed in it. Hey, Nichka, why don't we play pretend? You can be Remak, and Paimon will be Tequil, okay?
You just like reciting epic lines.
Mr. Traveler, can I play the role of Quatlique? But isn't she the villain? In the old version, she even ate Remak and took on his appearance.
You said it yourself, that's the old version. That wasn't the one Nichka read.
Ah, right. She read the version with a happy ending. And that one, Quatlique was defeated and the brothers both survived. Well, it doesn't matter. Only the lines at the end were different. You can go on ahead and say your favorite lines, Nichka. Paimon's read both versions, so she'll be able to play along. My favorite line is the one from the end. It's...
Come here, Nichka. Look at you. You're sweating.
Mom!
Let me wipe your forehead. Now, drink some water. This child. You forget everything as soon as you start playing.
We've picked something out for Nichka. A Paishpalan will deliver it to Auntie's house once he's packaged it up. How was Nichka?
Fine.
Oh, we were just about to get to the exciting part.
Did you leave us with Nichka on purpose? So we could talk with her alone?
Really? Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Shilonen has dragged Tlazolli away from us a couple of times now. But why?
Nichka has a strange look on her face. Seems like she has something to say.
Let's talk later. Just trust me and act normal for now.
Act normal?
Oh, we should head to our last stop, Auntie. It's real hot today and we shouldn't let Nichka be in the heat for too long.
Right. Let's go see Chvin and head back home.
Down there. I wanted to watch the animation. Act like normal humans do.
Inscription, Chvin. I've also reinforced it so it shouldn't fall apart so easily now.
Thank you. How about the volcanic crystal? Was it usable?
Yes, thanks for that.
You're welcome. I just want to see Nichka get better.
Thank you, Miss Chvin.
It's fine. Honestly, you're both too polite for your own good.
I was wondering where you got the ore for such a large-scale blaze gem inscription. So you must be one of Auntie's accomplices then.
Oh, Shilonen.
We already know what's going on.
We're all doing our best for Nichka.
You had me worried there. I thought we'd been found out. We'd be in real trouble if Tequil ever got wind of it. To be honest, I won't be able to cover it up for much longer. I've been traveling away from home every few days, and the ore reserves have noticeably decreased. The last time Tequil came and asked me about it, I could only say that I'd been using up a lot of ore to research new styles of jewelry. As for why I had been leaving so often, I said that I had found a new ore vein and wanted to extract some new gems from it. Sorry. I've been talking my head off. Please, come in and have a seat.
Sure, we can sit for a moment, but...
Miss Chvin, can I go see some of the jewelry over there?
You mean Amisha's work? Sure, go ahead. Remember to stay in the shade as much as you can.
Paimon wants to go too! We'll go together. Paimon hasn't looked at Natlan's jewelry very closely yet.
I'll have to buy you some.
Really? Then Paimon's gonna take a good look at what they have.
You haven't bought any jewelry for a while, Auntie. Why don't you pick one out?
Shilonen's taking Tlazolli with her again. Let's keep talking with Nichka.
Come on, Nichka! We don't know anything about Natlan's jewelry, so you can help us pick something out. Mr. Traveler,
Come here, Nichka.
Huh?
Sorry, Chvin and Shilonen, but it's already getting late. We should be heading back now. It'll be Nichka's birthday in a few days, and there's still a lot for us to do before then.
No problem. I'll be sure to bring her some beautiful jewelry to celebrate.
Mom,
You're getting hot again. Here, Mom will carry you. Let's get going. You forget to take care of yourself once you start playing. Let's go back and we'll have a talk.
I didn't.
Nichka, I never taught you to lie.
Sorry, Mom. Nichka's looking at us. Paimon feels like something's not right. What should we do?
Let's see what Shilonen says. Just stay quiet for now.
No, Nichka was having so much fun today that she forgot the time. It's not a big deal. Let me help carry her home. I'm worried you would also have to recover if you carried her the whole way.
No, it's fine. I'll carry her. Let's go, Nichka. It's time to go home.
Tlazolli declines your help and leaves the tribe carrying Nichka. She is staggering somewhat by the time she reaches.
Thank you, everyone, for spending so much time with us today. Please be sure to come to Nichka's birthday party.
Hope she'll continue to feel better.
Alright, it's nearly bedtime for Nichka, so let's part our ways here.
Oh, Auntie, remember to give her the book, that copy of Tequil the Brave I brought. I went to a lot of trouble to find it.
I understand. Really, do you think I'd let your efforts go to waste? It's very special to receive a book from you. I'm sure she'll put it somewhere safe. Right, Nichka?
Yeah. Thanks, Shilonen.
Oh, put it somewhere? Isn't she going to read it?
Well, I've read the story to her many times already. She's even memorized nearly every line.
Oh, that won't be a problem, Auntie. Nichka's probably never heard this version of Tequil the Brave.
Oh. What's different about this version?
The majority is about the same, but the ending is different from the one that you bought her. The one I gave her is the unedited version that was originally published. It was released long before Nichka fell ill.
Oh, but I remember you were never very interested in fairy tales, Shilonen.
Huh. Well, I was just thinking that if what you said about Nichka's illness is true, she shouldn't be able to remember anything about her past before her illness. So, the ending to the original version of To Kill the Brave is also part of the past that she should have forgotten. In other words, if she hasn't recently read the old version of the story, then she shouldn't possibly know the ending, right?
I don't understand. Why are you so concerned about the ending of this book? Even if she does remember the ending, what does that prove?
Did she not just state that in plain English to you, Tlazolli?
Maybe she snuck out somewhere when I wasn't watching and read the first edition of the story.
Yeah, okay, that is a possibility. After all, she does remember things that have happened recently. In which case, yeah, let's go ask around the tribe and see if anyone remembers Nichka reading the book. There are only a few shops in the tribe that sell books, or we can just ask Nichka where she'd read it.
The booksellers all have inscriptions, so there's a chance that their memories...
So, you admit that the inscriptions can affect the tribe's current memories? I was very clear that I would consider that a crime and would stop all work on it.
There must be a few more books at home. I
do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit.
I beg your pardon?
Nichka, where did you read that book? Answer me.
Go home, Nichka. Are you disobeying me?
You're the one who wrote me the letter, Nichka. You're the one who wanted the book. Only you can speak for yourself. We're listening, Nichka. Right here, right now.
Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
Silence.
That's the line from the old ending. Nichka remembers it. I know everything. Shilonen, help me, please. Something's blocking the door.
Get back.
Oh!
Shilonen, wait for us.
The tunnel is blocked. We can't go in. There might also be traps.
Whoa. What are all those things on Nichka's walls?
It seems Auntie put all the extra inscriptions she made here.
What the fuck? Where'd they go?
If she's trying to finish that ancient name, there's only one place she could go. Come on, follow me.
Remember that thing I said like an hour ago? I was like, man, this would be a really good setup for a villain. The blocked tunnel. And I even said, the blocked tunnel might be... we're probably going to get a trial she learned for this, right? Who should I add to the party?
Oh, yay! Okay.
Oh, you know what? I can grab... I'm gonna grab... Because now... Where the hell? I'm gonna put Noelle's artifacts on my Kachina real quick because now I actually have a set of Cinder City on my Shilonen right now. Let me give you something that's slightly... So you can have a little bit better of a time when we're in there instead of just being completely... Gives her the bail. Here, Kachina, you want a bond of life added onto you?
What is this place.
Auntie's workshop. It was supposedly closed after she stepped down from her position in the tribe. But it appears that we've all been deceived.
Why are there people up ahead?
If you're up to shady business, you have to hire shady people to help you. Let's go, don't hesitate.
Motion to compel.
Shit!
Out of the way or get blown away!
Hey, he just said that.
Out of the way or get blown away!
Game's up. Fun's over.
That was quick!
Bam. Okay, Kachina has a voice line that I always.
Let her rip! Shabam!
Oh, it is Shabam. What?
Here goes! Spin to win! Shockwave! Let's go, Twirly!
Okay, never mind.
Clear the area! Drilling! Get back!
Oh, get back. I always hear that one as get wrecked.
Get back!
I don't know why. I always hear that line. I remember that there was a voice line that I'd been mishearing the entire time I've had my Kachina. Here. Don't use Shilonen to do stuff in her own quest. Solid floor just done. Oh, that was a bit too low. Ah! I can climb it. Almost dropped Kachina into the lava. What am I doing? Poor Kachina got power crept on climbing speed within her own nation, like a couple patches later.
Come on! Show me your courage!
Let the mountain's veins boil! Buckle up! Incinerate!
Sticky around.
Out of the way or get blown away! Forget it!
He roared at me. He woofed at me. This might be a decent place for a thumbnail. There'll probably be better places. Ooh, don't dive into that, Yelan. The hell?
Bring it.
The hell? Oh, up here. Get out of the way or get blown away!
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Let her rip!
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Most
Mosh.
Let's get it on! Clear the area! Shut up and play! Kaboom!
Ba-boom indeed.
Busted. Game's up. So, letting brave names echo!
Yes, you are.
Ah!
Yes, you are.
The door's closed here too. Where should we go now?
The transport system seems to still be functioning. Let's go look for the controls and get this cart running again. Maybe it can take us further inside.
I believe here is my thumbnail. Not that button, Connery. Scoop.
All right, let's keep going.
It is as they say, let engraved names echo. What a pretty dungeon, though.
Bring it.
Hello? There we go. This place is huge. This is all underneath her house? There we go. Oh, because it's not my Shalona. I was like, why does this Shalona not have my have the Liyue glider on her anymore? Because it's not my Shalonen. But it does have a signature weapon, which looks pretty dope. Whoa.
You got here quick. Impressive.
Thank you.
Nichka's up there! What are you planning to do to her?
That looks horrendous, by the way. She's gonna start a funeral pyre for her.
I never lied to you. All this time, I've only been trying to save my daughter.
Yeah, we know, but I never doubted what her ultimate goal was, but
Even though she's not my daughter yet. But once everything is over, she will really become my Nichka.
What is she saying? Is she not Nichka?
infusing memories, forgetting the past. The real Nichka already died a long time ago, didn't she? This is just some kid. This is just a random kid from the tribe. That's fucked.
So you figured it out. I want to use memories to awaken my Nichka. She has stayed in the Night Kingdom for far too long.
Okay.
She's afraid of the dark and cold. I'm the one who made her stay there alone, so I must bring her back. Don't worry, Nichka. Mom hasn't forgotten anything. She has always remembered your name.
So Nichka is really dead.
I'm afraid so.
Then, who's that girl lying up there?
She's a child from my tribe. Her parents were killed in the same abyss attack. But wouldn't you know it, her birthday is the same as that of my Nichka. I raised her and took care of her for many years. I thought that taking her in would help me feel better. I was so happy the first time she was willing to call me Mom. But then, I suddenly felt very, very scared. Is she really my child? My child's name is Nichka. It could only be Nichka. How could I be happy? My little Nichka is still waiting for me to get her home. As I said, I only want to bring Nichka back, even if it costs me everything. And now, the time has come for me to pay. As for my useless ancient name, it's finally time to put it to good use. If you're not willing to help me, then you can become the fuel for Nichka's ancient name. Shilonen, you have yet to make a move. I take it you're examining the inscriptions around you. It's no use. I've already set up the blaze gem inscriptions, and the engraving diagram has already begun to run. It's all thanks to your ideas. Now, the central inscription will finally become Nichka's ancient name. After Nichka returns, I'll make sure to invite you to her birthday party.
Get behind me, Paimon.
You're not gonna go up there, are you?
Of course I am. Nichka's already dead. She can't she can't let us harm another innocent child. We can't let her harm.
There's a flaw in this engraving diagram. The weak point is almost about to activate. So on my mark.
Don't worry, Nichka. Don't worry. Mom is here.
3.
Mom will always be with you. I'll never forget you.
2.
Wake up, Nichka. Now. Please, wake up.
1!
It's alright. It's alright. You'll see Mommy soon. Nichka.
Ooh, skill, abilities and cutscenes.
Keep back. Those are distorted thoughts. And the mists are the thoughts' twisted cries. If you become tainted by them, they will control you, and you'll never be free again.
Where are you? I don't want medicine. It hurts. It hurts. Why am I alone?
Nichka, why?
No more medicine. Will you stay with me forever? Please never leave me again.
Tlazolli, you're the one who twisted Nichka's name into a shackling prison. It's time for you to hear her true voice. Stone engraved and echoing peaks converge, disperse, in ashes be reborn, for flames born anew, and the blazing dawn.
Mommy will be with you. Nichka. Always. And forever.
Mommy, I've always been with you. And now you're finally listening to me. The old births the new, as flowers shield the roots, so life ever cycles until we return to the light. We've known each other a while, but we've never met. You're Nichka? Yes, but I still don't know your name. My name's Nichka. It really suits you. Nichka.
I bless you from the past and wish that every day of your future will be filled with peace and happiness.
Damn. Didn't expect this quest to go that direction.
I saw Nichka and was speaking with her, but now, where did she go? Nichka? Nichka? Where are you? Answer, Mommy. Please. Please.
When we were in the house, when the kid first came out, I was thinking like the hair is slightly different and the eyes are different colors too, but maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe she got that from her dad.
Shilonen, you saw her too, didn't you? You saw my little Nichka. I felt her hands and hugged her. I was right. I was right. Those gray shadows were just a minor mistake. I just need to restart the ritual again. Alright, I'll start it again and Nichka will...
Have you still not come to your senses, Auntie?
What senses? I was not wrong. Nothing about what happened was wrong.
What senses, indeed.
She's just a little upset and was trying to ignore me. That child sure knows how to throw a tantrum. But I understand. I can accept that.
Enough, Tlazolli! The person you summoned with the Blaze Gem inscription wasn't the real Nichka at all. You collected memories of Nichka from countless people, but you forgot one thing. Among what you gathered were not only real memories, but also countless emotions. Didn't you realize what kind of emotions people would feel upon seeing Nichka's condition? When people held a dying child's hand, when they felt her faint breath and saw the helplessness in her eyes, when they sensed her body growing colder and colder, what could they feel but abject pain and sorrow?
I took those emotions.
You absorbed those emotions into the Blaze Gem inscriptions and solidified them as a piece of her past. Those gray figures were projections of that past. They could only reproduce the appearance of Nichka in her sickly state. What the real Nichka wished to say was drowned out by those twisted and painful thoughts.
I didn't want things to turn out like this. All I wanted was to remember Nichka, to see her again.
Nichka has always been with you, Auntie. Everything has long been recorded on your ancient name, the one you said was useless. You exhausted every option and sacrificed everything in the hopes of saving your daughter. That is undeniable. But have you forgotten the true meaning of your own ancient name?
My ancient name is Undugu.
Kinship. Kinship.
The immovable love between you and Nichka has already been recorded in your ancient name, but you chose to ignore that. Names are blessings from the past to the future. You told me that, Auntie. You gave Nichka her name, her first blessing. But now, you've turned her name into a prison by taking an innocent child captive, and you've imprisoned yourself.
Nichka is everything to me. Without her, I can't see any future for me. And as for blessings... What blessings have I had since the day she passed? I see her in my dreams every day, grasping my hand, telling me she's in pain, asking me to hold her. But I can't say anything. I can't grasp her hand. All I can do is shout her name over and over again until I wake up. Every day, every single day, I've hated myself, and ancient names too. Who knows? Maybe hate would have been the only thing left to her too.
You think Nichka would have come to hate you? Auntie, do you still remember the last words Nichka ever said to you? Do you remember what her final words really were? The reason you haven't felt blessed is because you've forgotten the true past. Auntie, you've been wallowing in memories of your imagination and refused to let go of them. A name without a past is nothing but a withered tree with no roots, rotting without a future. It's over, Auntie. It's all over now.
Slowly now. Why don't you stay lying down? Oh, on second thought, this might not be the best place to rest.
So are these ears just like... Why do you have ears?
Shilonen, Nichka, Napecha can already stand now, so we made our way over.
I can carry you. How did nobody in town recognize that? Because they never mind. They discussed that, Connery. Why do people have ears? I can carry you.
Thank you, Paimon and Mr. Traveler. I'm fine, really. The real Nichka helped me just now, so it doesn't hurt much anymore.
That's good. If you became Nichka, then this story would really become the Tequil the Brave. This isn't the place to chat. Come on, let's get out of here.
But what about Tlazolli?
Oh, don't worry. She won't be able to cause any more trouble now.
It's all over. You leave the workshop. Once outside, Shilonen asks you that you go accompany... Okay. All right, I have Kachina.
All right, I've locked Auntie in the house with a few ropes. I'll take her to the tribe shortly to be punished for what she did.
Are they red ropes, perchance?
As for now, we can get away from the house and get some sun. After dealing with all of that, I'm completely out of energy.
She's already planned out everything. Shilonen sure doesn't waste time. It's still so scary to imagine. Tlazolli wanted to turn her adopted child into Nichka, and she even nearly succeeded.
Adopted is not the right word for that, Paimon, but yes. Shilonen knew what to do right away.
Yeah, she was so cool in the final moments. She went right into action and took control of the situation instantly.
Well, it's all thanks to Napeika's resilience. She never gave up. If it weren't for her bravely trying to get help, then I wouldn't have noticed Auntie's plan so easily.
You're so brave and smart. How about both of these? You're so brave and smart.
It was thanks to all of you encouraging me. After all, this was already the last idea I could think of. I tried to get the attention of many others who visited before, but they were all either quickly whisked away by Tlazolli or simply refused to believe me. Even if I told them everything, Tlazolli would just blame my illness to cover it up. All she had to do was start to cry, and then the guest would try to comfort her, but completely forget about me.
What an asshole, my word.
She would inspect all the letters I sent and any gifts I received. And then, if I didn't comply, she would force me to drink some strange medicine. It would put me to sleep for a few days, and it would be hard for me to remember anything. I would see a lot of weird things while I slept, and the walls around me would start talking. I would be so scared every day. If I wasn't able to get your help this time, I might have just given up.
It's all in the past now.
You have us now, Napeika. If anyone dares to hurt you again, the Traveler and Shilonen will send them flying! Yeah. Sorry. I just can't help it. You are already super brave, and you even managed to call Shilonen for help. Oh, you definitely found the right person. Shilonen isn't the kind of person who gets distracted easily by crying. She pays attention when someone's talking and doesn't miss a beat.
And it was because of your help that I was able to pick up on the details. Without you, it would have been extremely difficult for her to communicate that she needed help. Tlazolli would certainly be more on guard if I tried to speak with her, and would probably have just kept Nichka locked up in her room again.
So we had a part to play too! But where did Tlazolli even get the confidence to try this scheme? When Nichka was alive, surely many tribe members would have tried to help her. Was she not scared that someone would realize that Nichka wasn't Nichka?
She must have been using Blaze Gem inscriptions for a very long time. That's what I was about to say. I was like, why didn't nobody recognize that this is not? But it's the game. The dialogue discussed that in detail.
That's certainly a possibility. The inscription she created would not only collect information related to Nichka's past, but also actively erase people's memories of Nichka. It's similar to graffiti. If you want to paint something new on a wall that has been painted before, then first you must remove the old painting. It's possible that I was also one of her targets, which would explain why she was so willing to let me have the central inscription.
Whoa, and you still took it? If it were Paimon, she would have thrown that thing away the first chance she had!
Well, you can't uncover the truth without taking some risks, right? If I hadn't disassembled the inscription myself, I would have never realized her actual motives.
So you suspected her from the very beginning?
Oh, no, she's my auntie after all. How could I have seen her as a villain from the start? The most I did was keep the possibility and a corresponding plan in mind, and it was just our luck that the worst case scenario actually happened. But now that I look back on it, we still managed to rescue a suffering child, even if that wasn't our original intention. Anyway, I think we've just about summarized everything and praised each other enough by now. Everything is finally over, and Nichka can finally be herself.
So, what should I do now, Shilonen?
I know a bird in Liyue who would be stoked to adopt you.
You should do whatever you like, of course. No one's going to lock you up anymore. But I don't know what I can do.
Join the Fatui.
Everything I know is about Nichka. What she'd like to eat, which flowers she enjoyed, how she acted and spoke.
Oh wow, look at this shot. My word, this game's lighting is good.
I'm not her, but I can only be like her. I don't know, Shilonen. I just don't know.
Oh, don't worry, Nichka. The Blaze Gem inscription isn't working anymore. No one will force you to be somebody else again.
But I no longer remember anything about myself now besides my name. What if I never remember my life and lose all of my past? I'm scared, Shilonen. What should I do?
Oh, don't cry, Nichka. Here, take this. I took some ore from Tlazolli's collection and made this as a mold.
A Blaze Gem inscription! You can make them too?
Oh, of course not. It's just a pretty piece of stone. Take it. I've engraved your name, Nichka, on the top. This is your first blessing, the one you received from a pair of people who loved you with all their hearts. It has always protected you and stood over you. For all of past, present, and future, it's never strayed far.
But I don't even remember the names of my parents. I don't remember anything.
I won't make any big promises and say everything will return to normal. I'm not sure what kind of future you will face. I can only promise that no matter what the future holds, your name will never fade. This is a blessing given to you by a name engraver. You'll continue to grow and mature as a sapling sprouts upward and becomes a healthy tree, or as birds spread their wings to fly high into the sky. Your name is your starting point, as well as your guide. Remember your name and everything you've experienced, and you'll know how to step into your future.
I'll do my best. You can do it, Nichka.
We'll always be with you.
Thank you all. Shilonen, Paimon, and Mr. Traveler.
If you really can't come up with what to do, don't worry. Just relax and take it easy. We're from the same tribe after all. If nothing else works, I can always go to the elders and look up your history. And until then, you can stay at my workshop. I can handle another mouth to feed.
So you do have a backup plan. Do you think you can find anything about her?
Oh, I don't know if the plan will work. I'm not even sure who I should look for. Well, rather than placing our hopes on a plan that relies so heavily on luck, we should just focus on ourselves. Well, anyway, enough about all that for now. Let me take Tlazolli back to the tribe first. Oh, come with me, Nichka. Oh, gosh. I nearly forgot that we haven't even had dinner yet. What would you like to eat?
Huh? Oh, anything. I'm not picky.
Oh, good. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a very busy future ahead of us. Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, Nichka.
That was sweet. Man, what a messed up, what a fucked quest. Also, look at this. Actually, this you know what, you could visit Shilonen to workshop the next day. Just stand there for 6 hours, Kachina. I call dibs. I'm gonna use the restroom again real quick and then we'll be right back into this. We're ending pretty much exactly where I hoped we would. Just a little bit of finishing up this quest. We have one skirk pole and then we'll end. There was no reason for me to mock Kachina's idol. Look. Meh.
Let's go, Twirly!
Oh, you're here. Everything's been taken care of now. I was just about to go have a rest.
What about Tlazolli? Will she be punished?
Well, the tribe is still discussing that. I mean, not many have ever used ancient names to commit a crime. Tequil will have a lot on his plate. What I do know is that Tlazolli's workshop will be closed permanently, and any remaining incomplete blaze gem inscriptions will be completely destroyed. And as for the completed blaze gem inscriptions, I'll be handling them, which, yeah, yet another hassle to deal with. Anyway, at least her ancient name is fine. Otherwise, we'd have a real mess on our hands. Oh, and speaking of ancient names, I actually have some good news. The memories that were absorbed by the blaze gem inscriptions can be restored to their owners. Now, once all the blaze gem inscriptions stop working, the memories will return to their respective owners.
So will everyone's memories of Nichka come back?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, now that I think about it, in her attempt to get Nichka to come back, Auntie made the entire tribe forget about her.
What a cruel irony.
Now, Nichka really is gone, but everyone is about to remember her. Phew, what a bizarre turn of events.
How's Nichka doing?
She's resting in my workshop. I contacted others from the tribe and told them about my plan to conduct an official investigation into her history. The tribe hasn't responded yet, so I'm planning to take her in for now and teach her some crafting skills. But that's for another time. For now, she should just rest and sleep. After all, she's got a busy future ahead of her.
Indeed. Got a busy future of being a fatuous. You know what I realized? That chat. We have another version of Meteor we can use. Oh, reputation world right there.
Failure is just a step on the path to
quests. Holy. Was this always Chilonen, or did this used to have Kachina here? Okay. Glittering gemstones. Wait, isn't that what you use to make Kachina's specialty dish? Items forged. What a coincidence. I'm okay. That's not where I'm trying to go. What am I doing here? Oh, items forged is all I was trying to do. We have items forged. Nichka is still standing there. I'd like something made, milady. They raised how many of these you can craft per day. It used to be you could only craft 30 of these per day. Now you can craft 40 per day. All right. We have a skirk pole. Boop. Squirk. Squirk. Our new summoning ritual has been to kick Child's ass and then pull.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Poor timing. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
Stabilize. Trick or two. All you do is run.
All I do is run, 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 no matter what. Cork.
Everlasting as the moon.
Everlasting as my food. You heard me.
Stabilize. You're above.
Thanks, Marsmaglia. Oh, we have 2. Two. We can climb back up-ish in Pity before Skirk's banner ends. There are 12 days remaining, though. And then Mawika time. Power. It's often that voice lines really attract me to pulling for a character. With Beto, it was the Haishan line. With Arle, it was "This is where you fall." And with Skirk, it's when she's in her skill state and you burst with her and she just goes, power. That sold me on the character immediately. So yeah, we got events and stuff like that. That can give us a ton of gems. Nothing expires within the next, like, 4 days, right? Okay. So, we'll definitely reconvene with Genshin on Tuesday. Monday will probably be a Zenless stream. Tomorrow, Friday, I'm not super confident what we're gonna stream tomorrow and how long we're gonna stream and when we're going to stream, but yeah. Anyways, so thanks everyone for stopping by. I've got stuff going on, so I might not be able to update or keep up on the Discord within the next during the next like 24 hours, but I'll let you know. So, thanks again, all. Appreciate you a bunch. Join the Discord. Be good to each other. Drink water. Love you lots. Thanks again. Bye bye.